Welcome to April, this month where we are all going to be asked to get to know ourselves at a deeper level. So these energies coming in, increasing and up-leveling, all designed to upgrade us. We are going through a massive upgrade. We've been going through this incrementally and it's all accelerating, getting faster, higher with less spaces in between. So there was a time, we've been going through this cycle of purification and activation and integration, and there was a time a number of years ago where we would have a couple of days in the year where we might receive some of this, and then it became every few months, and then it became a couple of times a month, and now we are in the experience of having this occurring on a daily level, and we are having to learn to integrate on the run. So we are in this very accelerated upgrade from carbon to crystalline, which I've been speaking about to you for quite some time now, but you might be really beginning to feel that in your body, and so I encourage you to be in the feeling of it. So I'm Sharron Martin, and I bring through messages from Gaia for you to help guide you through this very exciting and yet rather tumultuous time. So in the month of February we really came into the energy of our new era, but this month of April we have come into a rebirth, a new birth, a renewal, and that's the energy that's supporting us at this time. And at the same time as it's supporting us, it may be challenging you because we are really in this build up for this ascension physical experience that Gaia has been speaking of. So we've gone through a lot of ascension moments, but we are building to have an ascension moment where we will feel it in our physical vessel, and Gaia explains it to me as this idea of a punt or a shunt, and the planet itself will have a little bit of a soft sort of short sharp movement, and we will feel it in our bodies. And so we're building for this. So the more that we can be in attunement to ourselves, and the more that we can be in this gentle release and this gentle receipt and this gentle assimilation and this gentle integration, the easier that will be on our physical vessel. So there's a whole lot of ways that it will affect us, and I'm not going to, or that it might affect us, and I'm not going to speak about that today. I just want to be encouraging you today to be looking at the overview energies of April so you can get into some good practice. So you are going to be brought opportunity this month, all of us are, to develop an awareness and a sensitivity of all of these changes that we have been going through in our physical bodies, and what we are seeing shown to us in our world as things that might be called truth are being made more and more obvious as more sort of illusionary, or more veiled, or more of the matrix is dissipating, dissolving. There's not a lot of some of those bits and pieces left anymore, and so there's this greater kind of compunction to be looking more clearly at what is going on. And what I want to encourage you to be doing is to be looking and feeling it. So connecting into your heart, into your soul, into your divinity, into your fractal of God, and feeling this through the body, this sensory experience of what is happening in my body now. And you might be feeling heat on the inside, you might be sweating on the outside, you might be feeling heart palpitations, you might be having blurry vision. There are a whole lot of things that could be going on in your body as our cells are catalyzed from carbon to crystalline, and there's a lot of energy that's used up in this transmutation. So a lot of you are probably feeling very tired, or even exhausted, no matter what you do. The best support you can give yourself is to be as well hydrated as you can possibly maintain, and just to rest and sleep when you need to. When we sleep, which I'm sure I mentioned that in the last video as well, we move into lower or nil resistance, so our bodies can do this changing without our getting in the way. So I encourage you to be having a practice of being very present, be in flow and be very present. That's the practice to be getting into. So, you know, when you awaken, just feel into the sensory experience of your body. How am I feeling as I awaken this morning? Have I got any little twinges or aches and pains? And, you know, roll around on them. Invite them to move, and then gently stretch and awaken to focusing on what is good and beautiful in the world. So let go of some of the things that we've been shown at the moment, and just really be focused on the feelings in the body. So what Gaia is saying is that a couple of the lessons that are very current for humanity are to give up the need to be right and to give up the need to know. And both of those are strongly embedded in our psyche, and they are very much of our mental mind. And so this is an encouragement for you to be moving into your sensory body, your emotional body, your physical body, be feeling everything in that way. So you are likely to begin to feel lighter this month, lighter in both the body and in the mind. This weight or burden or worry is starting to leave you and everyone to a greater or lesser extent, she says, depending on really where you are on your evolutionary path, as though you can finally look up and look ahead. So no, you do not need to know what is coming. You are learning to rest into what is here right now in this very moment, and to be with that. So that is that's the encouragement of the underpinning way in which you navigate this month. So what is happening right now in front of me in this moment? What am I feeling? What's my body doing? How is it responding to that? What is my guidance? Become the expert, or begin to become the expert in observing and witnessing what is going on around you and within you. What is your internal response to that, and what is your external occurrence? So you're being called upon to begin personal development that is deeper, that is more internal, that is more inner, more contemplative and observational. So the self-examination to a deeper place within. What is your internal dialogue with self, but not through the mind, through the body, through the emotions, through the sensory experiences of the body and the skin, the sensory exploration of the body. Ask yourself questions, but don't wait around necessarily for the answers, but be prodding and prompting yourself. Why am I here, and where am I from? What is going on at this moment, and what am I learning at this time? What am I feeling, observing, experiencing, and how do I respond to that? So that's your kind of dialogue to be having. Many of you perhaps will begin to see as psychic skills, abilities and awareness is landing more in the collective. So you may begin to be seeing with your inner vision, or hearing with your extrasensory auditory capabilities, or you may be discovering that there are things that you know but you don't know how. You may be having lucid dreaming, and you may get nudges of things landing, really. So just explore that, be with it, because many people are developing or remembering or refinding their spiritual skills and psychic abilities. So a lot of people are experiencing, and I'm certainly in that camp, this in and out of vision. So these glasses, they're plus ones, and there are some days where they just make the difference between me being able to read or not. It's really interesting. That's such a minor adjustment, and yet it can bring me such relief. And so I've been feeling that very much in my body, my eyes changing, and so you may be having that experience as well. But we are being crystallized in a massive way. So Gaia is saying that, you know, these psychic abilities will be showing up as so much density is left now, and there's less interference in us and on us. So there's this whole thing about our being able to be more at ease in our bodies, to be less internally in conflict with self. So lining up more with who we truly are, our authentic self. So just notice that. There's a greater sense of stillness being sought by humanity in general, found in the midst of these huge cosmic waves that are pelting our planet. Excuse me. So these are the waves that are coming in in general, peeling off filaments and flares and things from the sun, and these are holding the codes that are catalyzing what is held within. So as it hits the Earth's surface, as it hits our skin, as it comes into our energy fields and gets housed in the crystalline grids and gets housed in our own crystalline Earth Star chakra, and then released from there to be accommodated, assimilated and integrated, we will more and more be coming into more and more of our own internal wisdom, the gifts that are of a higher nature, and into peace with that. So these codes are upgrading us as we are moving from our three-dimensional existence into a fifth-dimensional existence. And this is the preparation. So this Ascension is going to take us into that kind of bandwidth of the fifth dimension. And there will be many of us who make that transition, and there will be some who will get opportunity held in a slightly lower bandwidth to complete some more internal work and transformation, to be in readiness for that. So the other thing is that, you know, it's the integration time that's so shortened. So the more that you can be grounded, present with the breath, and hydrated, and out of resistance, then the more quickly you'll be able to integrate these new energies. Oh yeah, resistance is futile. Your choice is only as to how mindful you are about receiving these energies. And this is why learning about you is the perfect focus for all of us, or each of us, this month. So you may notice, so for me, for example, how I receive these waves is I almost feel them like they're coming in and shutting me down. So it's the effect of someone coming and just running their hand down my face, and my eyes close, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, nodding off. And so that's this That's the resistance that my body has gone into resistance as these higher frequencies come in, and so I nod off into sleep, so the resistance goes. So that's my higher guidance offering that. I'm not saying that will be everybody's experience. That's my experience. And I have written some other things about what might happen as we receive these bigger waves, but right now I just want to talk to you about some of the sort of introductory overview stuff. So what you need to know is that these are fast moving energies and they are continuously accelerating. So don't sort of think, oh well, if I just get through this bit I'll be alright. That is the way to get through it, but it is going to keep increasing. So if you're given nudgings about to stop doing something or to start doing something and it feels right to you, then please follow that guidance. This is your opportunity to check in with your internal guidance, wisdom and systems, because each of us is being changed, shifted, upgraded, and we are experiencing dissolving, dismantling and disengaging the old paradigms, patterns, habits, beliefs that have been passed down through various external factors such as our history, our culture, our parents, and our soul history as well. Those things coming up. So a lot of stuff might be coming up for you to look at, for each of us to examine. Does this feel right? Is the way to navigate that. Does this feel right to me? Does this feel true? And just be guided by that. Know that we'll be given more and more assistance with this, and we just need to be getting into this internal practice of checking in with self, with your own incredibly well attuned higher wisdom, higher principles and ways of being and operating. And so your job now is to attune to that, and then you'll be able to receive that. As your physical body is changing, of course, those crystalline aspects, they can house more of these higher codes. That's really what it's all about. Sorry, I've got copious notes here and I've had a busy day. So when these things come, when these energy waves come and you've figured out how you feel them and how you are becoming aware of them, and I really encourage you to write in the comments box, what is your experience of when these big waves come in? So what do we do? What are we going to do with it? We have to learn to be with it, to flow with it, and to get better at this and develop mastery at being in flow. So that's a key learning for this month, is to begin to develop mastery at being in flow, or remember the mastery that you already have. And so be vigilant about what you need in your body. Stay ultra hydrated. Be very, very present. Let go of concerns, of worries and things around the future. For many, you might be being asked to check your ego, your personality, self. And there's no judgment of that. We all have that aspect. It can help us to be probing other narratives as well, and so just be in the place of being with what is in this present moment, with the breath, being in flow, not needing to know, not needing to be right, as you are really having an opportunity this month for your higher self, your soul self, to maybe get to know and differentiate between that and your personality self or your ego self. So there you have it. Those are the energies of this month. They are really high frequency and vibration. They are still purifying. We're on the sort of ends of that. Many of us are on the ends of that. And so take stock of self, of what is happening within you, what brings you ease, what brings you peace, and do that. So I will come back and give you some more information and details, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. You know, we really are on the countdown now. Gaia has said that we will have this physical ascension moment, or this ascension movement, that each of us will feel in a physical sense, and that we will have completed that. Further into the photonic belt, a lot of saturation of photonic energy will be in then, which is what all of this sort of necessary upgrading is. It's so we don't get fried. It's so we can receive it and our body is ready for it. And so we're on the countdown to that. So she's saying that that will have occurred by the 16th of this month. So we're only a fortnight in this next fortnight. So I really want to encourage you to be feeling into this. You know, it's getting bigger, brighter, faster, higher every day, and be excited about it, because we are entering this whole new frame, really. Alright, I am going to leave it there. I wish you so much love from my heart and from the heart of Gaia, and we will talk again soon.